So if you're just starting out performing in belly dancing, you might have seen photos from your last performance while you were dancing and realized, yes, it's not great to have photos taken while you are performing. Positions might be like this, like this, like this. When you are moving, these moves can look beautiful. But in today's video, I am going to give you 4 key tips to be better at posing for photos when you're wearing your belly dancing costume. Okay, so first tip is that wearing a belly dancing costume, the way you look in a photo is going to be far different to what you would look like wearing other clothes. Obviously, your stomach is on display. You have different parts of the costume that you can make as features that can be really fun as well. So some poses that you might want to avoid, for example, often they will tell you bring one foot in front, bring your hips back, and then kind of lean to the side to make it more natural. But of course you can see this isn't very flattering at all. You can find your best angle as well. I know from the side, a lot of people look great from the side because I've got quite big ribs. I prefer it to be from the front or just turned a little bit, which can be much more flattering. You see, I've still got one foot in front, but if you have half your foot in front because you've got the split here, again, doesn't look so good. So firstly, put on your costume, have a look at what features it has. Does it have a nice slit that you can use? Does it show off your belly area, or is there another part of the costume you can show off? If you have beautiful arm pieces, you can show them off as well to look really lovely. Okay, so avoid some of those poses that you'd normally do in your photos when you're not wearing your belly dancing costume. Okay, second thing is, what are some winning poses? So often when you get together as a belly dance team, at the end everyone will go, okay, now let's take a group photo, belly dance moves, and people might be like this, or this, or this. Underarms are very sexy in belly dancing, coming up like this. So a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, if you have a slit, that is the leg that you bring out in front. My weight stays on the other leg, and instead of staying up straight, it's nice to sit down into the hip. So you can see from here rather than here, which can also be nice, sitting back, elongating the leg, getting that nice curve through the body. If you want to make your hips look bigger as well, just bring that leg a little closer in, and you can see you get more of a shape coming out here where the legs come in. So that's really lovely as well. Obviously, this kind of pose won't work if you're wearing a really big skirt, but if you're wearing a nice fitted skirt, you can bring that leg in a little bit more. I know Samba dancers, they tend to do this kind of twist where they pull through and then one leg in front up on the toes, which can look nice as well if you want to get those really, really big curves. Okay, another pose that you can do is just play with your arms. So hands can look really beautiful. I find for me, my hands are quite big. So if I have my hand up in front of my face, it's not necessarily my favorite pose. But you can still use your hands to frame and to frame, getting that twist, leg out, sitting back. So play around with that, see what works best for you, which one you like as well. Also can come out to the side, but then again, you want to work out how you're elongating that leg with the split in the skirt. Okay, that brings us on to hands. Hands are so beautiful. You can get so many beautiful poses with belly dancing with your soft hands, but it makes a big difference if you're like this versus soft. Same with when you're dancing. So one way to do this is to have someone else. It doesn't work as well if you're doing it yourself. Shake out your hand and then just let it fall. And that's the kind of energy you want. When you shake it out and fall, you're not like this, because then there's tension holding it in, but you're not like this either. You're just nice and soft, shaking it out, and then fall. So that's how my hand naturally falls. Shake it out, and then fall. So same, whatever position you're in. If you're up here, shaking your hand out, and fall. Shaking your hand out, fall. Even if you're up here, shaking your hand out, fall. So nice and soft. You'll see in some of my photos I had a great photographer who was able to really capture things, and when I was posing I think I was like this, so bring the hand up slightly, back slightly, and it was so exact exact, but it really does make a big difference from here, for example, versus here. You can see the posture and also the arm movements, nice and strong open versus coming down. Okay, one of the most important things, of course, in any photo is also the face. I really struggled with this. Like, I found it very hard to pose for photos. So I was asking people over a number of years their best tips for trying to get a nice, natural look during photos. So these are some of the best tips I heard. One was from a model who said, kind of bring your chin down, look at the camera, and then a little smile like you're looking at someone you have a crush on. When I tried to do that, it just kind of looked ridiculous. One that worked for me is if you bring your tongue just to the back of your teeth and then relax your face. So you have your mouth open, but it's much more relaxed. So it's a more natural smile than big cheesy grin. It's open mouth, tongue at the back of your teeth. So I usually use that one. If you have your mouth closed, it can be a little bit more serious, not as natural, but also it makes your face light up a bit more with the mouth open, showing off your teeth and coming in. Anusha gave me that tip. If you're watching, Anusha, thank you for that one. I have been using it a lot. Okay, so they're my top 4 tips to pose for photos. Have you got a photo shoot coming up, or do you have a concert where you're worried about the photos? Don't be worried, because it is great memories, but please keep these things in mind. And if you've found in the past that you've had photos but you're not quite happy with them, then practice with these, especially with the position of your body in your costume, will make a huge difference for you, and you will look fabulous in your photos, especially if you are wanting them to build your portfolio and later get work as a professional dancer. If you've got any other tips, if you do, please write them down below. I would love to hear from you, and as always, happy dancing.